What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the build series. Today we're getting into the carburetor. Nothing too fancy, but we really need to check some of the gaskets and seals on the carburetor as well as the intake manifold. I do want to peek at the jetting in here. I have an Arlen Ness Big Sucker air cleaner we're going to put on and keep this thing running smooth. So let's get started. Here's the carburetor as it sits. It's been a bit neglected, so I'm going to clean it up, swap out some of the old gaskets and seals, make sure I'm going to run air through everything, and make sure it's nice, tight, working properly, as well as the plastic inlet on here. We're going to pull that out, and we're going to replace that with a brass fuel inlet. First things first, I'm going to start removing everything we need to. That way we can get into the nitty-gritty. For now, I guess just enjoy watching my hands do their thing. Made it to the vise. So plastic, you guys will see, I'm gonna clamp it in here. And sometimes you can get lucky and break off the plastic and the brass in one whole go. But you know, it's working it back and forth. There we go. Plastic's broke. So same deal, I'm gonna clamp that back in, and then I'm gonna work this carb back and forth. And hopefully get it clamped in enough that I can. There we go. I'll just keep working it back and forth, and before you know it, you're going to be free. All right, off camera, I did start it. I like to basically get it started straight. I'll take like that tiny ball peen hammer I have and just kind of tap it in. It does not take a lot of force. From there, you just kind of gotta line it up. I'm not quite sure if it can be seen here. Here, better idea. I know it can be seen there. Try to line it like that, and then just slowly push it in. You don't want to go too crazy. Once it touches, which is very close, that's it. That's the end of it. You don't want to push any more because this is going to break your carburetor. You're not going to be happy. Once it's pushed in nice, pull it out, take a peek, and that's that. I thought I was recording when I was putting the seals on the intake. Right now the intake's actually still loose. So I'm gonna readjust my camera over here on the intake. And we're gonna get that thing set where it needs to be before we tighten all these bolts down. Yeah, we have the bike, which is surprisingly right at 90. Not sure if the camera's making that out or not. If it is, cool. If not, just 90 degrees. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna let that wiggle itself out. And we're gonna find 90 degrees. Seen people cut these down. I just have these bits already. But I usually will do that because you can't really get an Allen head and lock it on really well here. Or in like an Allen, like a hex key. I've taken them and cut those down a little bit so I can get better angles in the past. But this actually works really well. And honestly, this also might have been something I learned from Paul at Butt Crack Cycles some time ago. So if you're watching, Paul, thank you for these cool tips with the carburetors. Just a tiny pro tip. You've got these O-rings that go on the front and back of this plate. Generally, I take like a little bit of assembly lube, make it nice and tacky, just like a tiny pinch, and just kind of push it on these O-rings, and it'll usually hold it in place because they're not fun when they fall off. Yeah, we're going to run that choke cable through, and then I'm going to press this guy in place, making sure I don't lose these O-rings. I just touched one, my finger's still tacky from it, so it's trying to stick to my finger now. And from there, just kind of slow work it, push it on in. Same deal, run it through, find your hole, start it. Air filter, and then I've got a cover plate I'm going to put on it too. Air filter is pretty easy. Get this one going. Get this one going. So, kind of snugged up, and then I'll give it just a little more on each one. These are definitely something not to go crazy with either. You want them to be nice and snug. Don't overdo it. I have stripped one out in the past. It was not fun. Got this cover plate, which actually has this little nylon guy here. Same deal, just kind of feed it on. There's somebody on a Harley rode by. Same deal, nice and snug. Don't go too crazy. Well, that about wraps up this episode. We got the carburetor done, new seals, gaskets, whatnot on the intake as well. New air cleaner, covers done, throttle cables ran. I ran the brake line for the front brake the other day. I still need to bleed it. I'm going to do a lot of that off camera. It's kind of boring. So with that said, man, I'm looking at our list. We have a couple things to cross off. So let's hop to this side. Carburetor, done. I threw forks on there because we do want to rebuild the forks at some point, so that's why it's kind of here next to shocks. Throttle brake, clutch cable, done. Let's go over our list real fast while we're looking at it. So, mid controls primary, that's still going to be maybe when the 10s are in paint, maybe before. I haven't quite figured that out yet. Forks will probably be the next episode. And then I do want to delete the front rotor. I can leave it on. I just think it looks silly because there's not a brake there. So yank that, delete that. I'll probably do that off camera. We'll check it off on the next episode. From there, new fluids. Start this bad boy up and take it for a spin. So we're close. I'm getting so excited that all this is coming together. Seems to be following the timeline I set at the beginning. I was shooting for completion by March. Right now we're about mid-February. So I think it's very doable. Thanks again for watching. Y'all have a good week. Peace.